What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the latest live stream. Saturday midday is a new time for me, but I wanted to get this on camera because this is a question that comes up every so often and I want to answer it once and for all. So this is the climate sub-display harness. So this will normally plug in to the back of your navigation equipped Acura TL, and then this will plug into the sub-display. So this allows that navigation display, the factory navigation screen, to show the climate and radio information on the new, well, not new, but on the sub display. So if you have navigation, you know what I'm talking about. Your little screen at the top, it has the time, shows your temperature, and it shows your radio information when you're playing audio, the volume and stuff. If you don't have navigation, you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a clock up there. The swap is possible when you install either the Tesla screen or the 9-inch Android screen. Now, I will say this with a big label warning that I have tested this on a Tesla screen. I have tested this on the 9-inch screen, both personally. They are certain versions of the Tesla screen and certain versions of the 9-inch screen that we just did a video on. So I can't with 100% certainty say that this will work for the version that you have, but if you follow the links to the ones we have bought in the videos, they have them in the description, then you can safely use this harness to now take your clock out and add the sub display. So we already covered this in the 9-inch screen. We haven't done a Tesla stereo video about it, but this is the harness that would be used in the Tesla screen as well. So I'm going to show you how to make one. You're going to need these parts. So this is the IG, it's hard for me to see, IL-AG5-10S-S3C1, and this is the 10-pin connector. This is this one right here. They're green. They're all IL-AG whatever. You're gonna need the terminals, which are IL-AG5-C1-500 right there. Then you're gonna need the 22-pin housing, which are IL-AG5 22S-D3C1. Now this one looks like this. This is a 22-pin housing. This came from Mouser Electronics. These came from DG Key. You can source yours, whatever. Those are the OEM part numbers that you're going to need. Then you're going to need 10 strands of wire, individually strand. I would say 18 gauge wire. 20 gauge wire work the best. You can make 18 gauge work. This is 18 gauge wire right here. 10 different colors to make it easier. All of my colors are either solid or they have a stripe, so you want to keep that in mind. So when it comes to the wiring, I'll show you real quick. This is 20 gauge. This is 18 gauge. So let me go to my big cam. Hold on, let me switch to just desk. So you can see the difference in the wire clearly. This is way thicker than this, but we'll make it work with this wire. And then our pin out, I'll go to just computer. Why does it think it's locked? What the hell? It's not locked, sir. Hold on. To window, to finder, and then to, okay. So here's our diagram real quick. I'm just going to throw it up on the screen, but I am going to switch out of it in a second. Actually, it's going to become unreadable to you. So this is the resolution where it's sort of readable to you. Let me just make my player bigger. Oh, I gotta calm down. Okay. Hold on, my computer is lagging right now. Okay. So on the bottom, we have the 10-pin connector. Let me switch in OBS. And on the top, we have the 22-pin. So if I go computer and me, and then let me get this out of the way. So bottom row, where it says audio HVAC sub display, that's the 10-pin little guy. And the top is the 22-pin. So you can see that we have pin 2 goes to pin 20, pin 4 goes to pin 22, pin 5 goes to pin 21, pin 6 goes to pin 10, pin 7 goes to pin 9, pin 8 goes to pin 8, pin 19 goes to pin 9, and pin 10 goes to pin 18. So that's what we're going to follow, and I'm going to do it for you right on my desk so that you can see how to do it. So real quick, Again, 22 pin, 10 pin, your wire. The terminals are already terminated. If you need to know how to terminate wire, watch one of our other live streams. I've covered it plenty of times. I'm not going to cover it here because I'm not going to terminate 10 wires in front of you for the purpose of this video. So now, let me get to just the desk and we can get started. And for a full video, John, we already did like a somewhat review, so if you're not subscribed you might have missed it, but there's a video on our page about the 9-inch screen already answering most of the questions people wanted to know. For a full review, we're still waiting on the software to get to where it needs to get to. Probably won't be till the mid-April. We'll see once they update the firmware once again. But okay, back to my wiring harness. So we have our master here that we can follow. So this is pin 1. Pin 1 is ground. Pin 1 is the only one that's not shown here clearly in the computer. So pin 1 is right down here. It's ground. So right here it shows all of them. Pin 1 is down here because it just goes straight to ground. So just desk. Let me bring this back up. So like we were saying, pin 1, pin 10, there is nothing in pin 3, just how the diagram says. So the diagram has wires in pin 1, pin 2, pin 3 is a blank, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to start with our ground. Our ground is actually going to go to ground. On here it's terminated here, but this is specific only to our version of the 9-inch screen. So in the version that you get, ground is going to be inserted in here. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to pick my darkest color. So we're going to make this ground. So ground is going to be inside the connector, but on the other side. So this is how you would slide them in after you terminate them. Just like that, you'll hear a click and you know it's in there. So that's ground. So we're going to add a terminal to that so that it can be hooked up to ground easily. Let me just get it 1 sec. Because right now it has this terminal. Because normally, depending on the variation we're making, we would insert it into here. But since this is ground, your easiest way to use this harness or make this on your own is to add a ring terminal to this and connect this straight to ground. What the hell? Why did that shift like that? That was weird. Okay, let's move this up. Why is screws go missing? Sorry guys, just getting this ready to make a good crimp. Alright, so then alright, so now pin 1 is ground. Pin 2 goes to pin 20. So let's take care of that. Pin 2 to pin 20. Now all these wires mean something, but for doing this, they don't need to mean anything to you. You just need to follow what I'm doing. So into pin 2, which is this white wire, goes to pin 20. So pin 20, we're looking at this like this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So pin 20 is 2 away from the edge when the connector is facing this way with the metal, with the trigger up here. So that's pin 20. So that's pin 2 to pin 20. Then remember, there's nothing on pin 4. I'm sorry, there's nothing on pin 3. So here we skip one. Then we go pin 4 to pin 22. So this is pin 4 to 22. Remember, that was 20. So that means this is 21. This is 22. Then it goes pin 5 to pin 21. So pin 5. So just refreshing your memory. Pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, pin 4, pin 5 goes to pin 21, which is right here. So that was 5. Now it goes pin 6. Pin 6 goes to pin 10. So here goes 6. Now we have to count 10. Remember, this is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is the one on the edge. Where did it go? So right here. Now you may not, or may see that this has numbers on it. This has numbers that indicate which pin they are. They are wrong. Honda does not follow those numbers. So where pin 1 is here is pin 10. This says pin 10, but this is pin 1. So keep that in mind, that looking at this way, these connectors isn't how Honda or Acura does them. So now we have pin 7. So that should leave us 7, 8, 9, 10. So pin 7. Come on. And then 7 goes to pin 9, which is right here next to 10. Then we have pin 8 to pin 8. So that one's pretty simple. Pin 8. Come on. Pin 8 to pin 8. Okay. Then pin 9 to 19. So pin 9. So remember, this is 9 now. Oh, putting it the wrong way. Oh, come on. I need to push this one in. Sometimes you're going to have stubborn ones that aren't going to go in all the way. You need something to push them in with. A small flathead screwdriver will do it. Just want to hear the click. So that's pin 9 to 19. So remember, white was 20. 19 is right next to that. And now I did not count correctly because I forgot about my ground. So you need 11 wires. Luckily for you, I have extra. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, what am I talking about? I did have the right amount of wires. I'm wrong. Okay, so then we have pin 10 to pin 18. So this is pin 10. Heard the click. That was 20. That was 19. This is 18. And there you go. You need, I counted wrong. You need a total of 9 wires, not 10. Because only 9 of these get pinned. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wires that get used. And these are the wires that go from here to here. Now, the last step is to lock these in. And you're just going to slide this in and it'll press down and it'll lock in. It has little plastic locking mechanisms. And then same for this. You're just going to press down. The little plastic will lock into place. And there you go. There is the harness. It is all completed. This will plug into the 9-inch screen wiring for the Android screen, or it will plug into the Tesla screen, this one right here, and then this plugs into the sub-display. This is the harness that we showed on video for the 9-inch screen. This is how you make it. This is the only tricky part. This needs to go connected to ground, so let me go back to the desk. So this right here is going to go to ground. You're just going to screw it to one of the screws on the Tesla screen or around one of the radios. It just needs to get hooked up to ground and you're all set. This is good to go. We're just going to add some tape to make it look nice and then we'll be all set. And then hold on, I'm going to mute my mic because I'm getting a phone call. 1 sec. Correct. Yep. You'll pop those out of the dash, and then the new tweeters, if you get JBL or Infinity, will fit in the tweeter cup, and then you'll just clip it back into the housing, and then plug in the tweeter harness, and you'll be all set.
Okay. Okay. Sweet. Awesome. All right, that answers my question. Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. You got it, man. Have a great day.
One more question for you.
Sure.
Right now, and tell me if I want to make sure. I've got a buzzing sound in the right rear door. I'm guessing that's probably a bad speaker. That's why I'm looking at replacing just all four of them at once.
No, so if you have a buzzing noise in only one of the speakers, does your car have navigation?
No.
Okay, so the harness that we sent you has like 5 RCAs. When you plug into the back of the radio, swap the RCA that's making noise with the opposite one. So like you said, it was a rear right door, right?
It's a rear right door, yeah.
Okay, so swap the red RCA with the white RCA for the rears and see if the noise moves from one to the other. If it does move, then there might be a problem with our harness. If it doesn't move, there might be a problem with the output of the radio. That's just a really like rough test to just give us an idea. I'm hoping that when you go to move it, you realize that it was just a little bit loose and that was causing the noise. But we want to see if the noise moves around, if you're able to eliminate it from that RCA. If you are, then good news. If you're not, then we gotta dig in a little deeper between the amp and the radio.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll troubleshoot that. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. So I'll troubleshoot that and let you guys know.
Okay. You got it.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye bye. Okay, alright guys, sorry about that. That's how you do this harness. Now I taped it up, it looks clean. This is the ground. Now let me answer your questions, because hold on, there's some questions here I missed. Someone said, I answered that already for the 9-inch screen. Should I put kill mat inside the speaker and subwoofer mounting holes? Yeah, it's just a pain in the butt to do it, but it's good practice. Like, it's good to do, because it does help with the sound, but it's just really annoying to reach in there, because there's really no way to really squeeze down the kill mat. But it will help you with the rattle if you're experiencing rattle, to put kill mat inside that little weird hollow thing. What's up, Benjamin? We just did an order. We got a couple more to do, but there's something else that came up. Hold on, someone is trying to diss me on Facebook. A couple more to do, but there's something else that came up. Yeah, someone wants to upgrade the 8-inch subwoofer in their ILX, and they're asking whether they should do it or not. And someone said that anything that you put back there is not going to sound good. That's just a very ignorant opinion to have. Infinite baffle woofers exist for a reason, and yeah, I didn't even bother answering. It's not a big deal. But that's how you make this harness, guys, for your Acura TL 04 to 08. Their harness is essentially the same if you want to do what we just did. But alright, that was it. That was it for today's live stream. I have more work to do, but I didn't want to stream for a while today. I'm trying to do a lot of work today, so I just wanted to show you guys how to do this because it's super important. People always ask. If you don't want to do this, we do this for you. We sell this harness. As you can see, it takes however long the stream was, cut it in half because I was like yapping and doing other stuff. So I want to say, if you've never done this before, be prepared to spend an hour and 30 minutes doing this, because just the crimping alone is going to take you a long time. You have to crimp 20 crimps yourself, and that can be troublesome if you've never crimped anything before. I want to say to make one of these harnesses takes about maybe 30 minutes for me, between all the crimping and then sliding them into the right places. I know that seems a little ridiculous, but it's the honest truth, because you got to make sure each and individual crimp is really good, and it's a lot of crimps, man. So it is what it is. But alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next stream tomorrow night.